Hey everybody, it's Christine, and Valentine's Day is around the corner, so I wanted to give you some tips for avoiding a Valentine's Day expectation hangover. So people tend to have a love-hate relationship with Valentine's Day. Either they get super excited about it and it's all romantic, or they just boycott it. You know, even if you're in a relationship, you're kind of like, ugh, whatever, Valentine's Day, it's a Hallmark holiday. And if you're single, you probably really sometimes would like to boycott it. But how about we just acknowledge that, yeah, it exists. Valentine's Day exists, just like Thanksgiving is a day around gratitude. This is a day around celebrating love. So I want to give you some tips for taking different action this Valentine's Day that doesn't give you an expectation hangover, no matter what your relationship status is. Because we can't just think differently about this holiday, we have to act differently. So the first thing, for those of y'all in relationships, to avoid your expectation hangover, except for maybe from a nice bottle of wine, is to create agreements with your partner, not expectations. And I don't want to throw the ladies under the bus, but those of y'all who are in relationships with men tend to have high expectations based on too many romantic comedy and sappy movies that you need to just get rid of and create agreements with your partner. Even better than that, create your own tradition. One of my favorites is to actually make your own homemade cards for each other on Valentine's Day. Get a bunch of poster board, construction paper, stickers, crayons. I personally love stickers. Stickers are my safe zone because I'm not very artistic. I'm creative, but not super artistic, as you can see. But stickers are super easy and anybody can do them. So sit back to back so it's kind of a surprise, put on some fun music, and make your little card for each other. And that can be your tradition. That way you avoid the Hallmark thing, you avoid the crowds, and you avoid any expectations. You have this nice little agreement and creative activity tradition that you do together. Another idea is to flip-flop each Valentine's Day whose year it is. So maybe this year it's your year to make the plans and create the tradition. Then next year it's your partner's year to make the plans and create the tradition. Again, agreements, clarity, drop the romantic, fantastical expectations. All right, my next tips are for anybody because it's just about sharing the love, spreading the love. Single, in a relationship, married, it's complicated, applies to everybody. First thing, get a bunch of those little Valentine's Day cards. Remember when we were all in school and we had those cute little Valentine's Day cards and we'd write them and we'd stick them in each other's little cubbies or tote trays. We called them tote trays in Texas. And you just wrote out your little Valentine's Day and gave them to people. I want you to do a bunch of those and just write them to strangers. So like I have to you from a secret admirer, to you from someone wishing you love, to you just because, just sweet things. Pass them out to strangers all day. You'll get so many smiles and it'll warm your heart as well. And then reach out to some of the people in your life that you really love. So we're all used to getting texts and we're all used to sending pictures over our phones and seeing them on Instagram and Facebook and everything like that. But how often do you get an actual picture of you and your friend mailed to you? So go into Facebook, print out a bunch of pictures of you and your friends. You can send them off to be printed through like Target or any drugstore. And then stick them in a little card with a cute little note and mail them off to your friend, or let's say this is you and your brother, like whoever it is, and they'll be so touched not only to get the card, but to get a picture that they can actually put in a frame. Now, let's talk about some self-love. Self-love is important no matter where you are in your relationship. So especially for you single people who want to boycott Valentine's Day and throw the covers over your head, this is a day about love, loving you and all the love around you. So my homework assignment for you, because you have some time, I'm posting this early, is to send an email to your family and friends asking them for 5 words that describe you most, 5 positive words that describe you most in terms of who you truly are. Get all those words, take the most common ones because you'll start to see patterns, and make a poster board of all of those words. And put it up on your mirror so that you're reminded every day of how much you're loved by people and how people see you. If you don't want to do it by hand, I kind of like the homemade way, you can go to a site like wordle.net. I'll post the link for that in the blog. And it basically takes all the words and makes this cool word art thing that you can print out. But I want you to have a physical printout. I don't want you just to look at it on a screen because you need to see it on your mirror every day and be like, yes, that is who I am. My final tip for you is to take a detox self-love bath. So I'm going to give you great ingredients here for a detox bath. Super easy to get. Epsom salt. Get it at any drugstore. You can even be a little fancy and get some fragrant kind. This is just plain Epsom salt. 2 cups of this. Apple cider vinegar. Any grocery store has it. If you can get raw unfiltered, that's great. But just the regular, totally fine. Squeeze a lemon juice, and in a can works just as well if you're too lazy to squeeze a lemon or you don't want the seeds. And then sprinkle some lavender essential oil. Also something you can get at any store. Whole Foods, I know for sure, has it. Easy to get. This bottle was like $8. Sprinkle some drops in as much as you want. This is really about making it smell good. So the combination of these ingredients is super soothing to your body, and it's also detoxing. It helps pull negative energy out of your body. And here's the most important tip. When you drain the bathtub, I want you to stay in the tub. And I want you to imagine something you're letting go of this Valentine's Day. Maybe it's a pattern. Maybe it's an ex. Maybe it's self-judgment. And I want you to picture that, picture what you're releasing, and as you're picturing it, watch the water drain down and stay in that tub until the very last drop is gone, and make it a ritual for what you're letting go of that's in your way to love. And remember, on this Valentine's Day and every day, that you are so loved and you are loved. That's our essence. So I'm sending you love every day forward. Much love, many blessings, and I'll see you next week.